Yes, you know, I have always wondered why people waste their time in these races. I don't know why Boache Jaco, Kwabena Poma, with the greatest respect to them, I don't know what they are doing in the race, knowing fully where they are going nowhere. But as for Bawumia, you see, he deserves special mention for the comical approach that he gives in. You see, if we were a self-respecting country, he would not even make the attempt to put himself up for election. Somebody like that will run away from any effort to put himself up as a candidate. And I'm sure on that score, my brother here agrees with me because he even does not believe in him. So he's supporting Alhaji. So I'm not sure he can put up any defense for him.
Why would you?
Well, he's accusing his father of infidelity to the damn Kwabena tradition. So he shows to the extent to which he will go to ensure that he doesn't come anywhere near their flag races. But why? Why should we be insulted in that manner by the MPP? By their tolerance of Bawumia anywhere near their presidential ticket? Was he not the one who went round creating the impression that he was the Kwakye Nancy of economic management? He had all knowledge about economic management. Was he not the one? So if today our economy has collapsed and we are bankrupt, what business does he have on any presidential ticket? That ticket will stink to the highest heavens. It is anathema. It's an aberration that should never happen. After such a horrific, and you know what is most irksome about him? Whenever the economy tanks, he doesn't even have the courage to put up a defense. Like, oh yes, I'm in charge. Things are going south, but I'm doing ABCD to address it. He doesn't even have the courage. He runs away. He flees. You can check your archives. You are a news organization as well. Check your archives and see whether within the whole period that we were doing the debt exchange, we heard Bawumia utter a word about that thing. Meanwhile, the debt exchange, and Mr. Paul has been around forever, is by far the most significant economic decision that has the worst impact on the citizens ever taken by a government. Check your news portals, all your news stories and facts, and see whether he uttered a single word about that activity. You take 87 billion cedis from Ghanaians who have lent you money because you say you can't pay. The head of the economic management team did not utter a single word. And the reason was simple. He was fleeing responsibility because he knows that if he mentions that thing, people like myself will sit down and roast him. He didn't have the courage to even take criticism of Pandama. He ran away and left the finance minister on his own. Meanwhile, anytime there's a sign of some insignificant improvement in the economy, you see him waxing lyrical, grinning from year to year, seeking to take credit. So he is a wimp when it comes to taking responsibility for the things that go wrong with the economy, and yet he wants to be president. As Alhaji Ofosu will say again, he cannot carry twigs, but he claims he can carry timber. You put twigs on his head, he sinks to the ground. Yet he insists that you must add logs, timber, to his load. He has no respect for the people that he wants to lead. You lead an economy, and it goes into turmoil, a tailspin of unprecedented proportions. You completely run away. He finds the nearest rat hole to hide in. He can't even face up to you media men and answer questions on why we are where we are. He runs away completely, vanishes. And then when he sees that the coast is clear, he emerges from his rat hole to put in yet more comical interventions. The last time he was at Kumewu, dabbling in comedy again. You see, the reason why I say that he does not respect the people he wants to lead is that, you see, a man in his position should reflect sobriety. You know, he should reflect sobriety, especially in a period like this. When your own mismanagement has led to this situation, what you do is to level up with the people, take responsibility, at least lead the effort to inspire hope in the citizenry. He doesn't do that. And then when people are suffering, you've taken people's 87 billion. People are now, for the first time in our history, pensioners have to picket the finance ministry on a weekly basis to demand that money that is not that they are asking for freebies or they are even asking for their pensions to be paid. Money that they have lent to government. Pensioners have to do that. And within that period, a vice president is able to mount a platform and tell us that a guinea fowl flew to Burkina Faso. You see, that kind of conduct should be reserved for a crazed MPP serial killer. Okay? He can be forgiven. an MPP serial caller can be forgiven for that kind of talk because you don't expect much from him. Not the man whose mismanagement has led to this economic disaster. And the MPP wants to insult the intelligence of Ghanaians by presenting such a person on their ticket. I pray that you do. Because it will be a very interesting campaign. How a man who destroys an economy should be given an economy to manage will be very interesting. Today, they are working within the corridors of the IMF, begging any and everybody. Now, these days, it looks like anybody at all who goes to the president becomes the subject of begging to rescue our economy. If it is not the Chinese, it is the French, it is the Germans, any and everybody. About the only person President Akufo-Addo has not begged to help fix the economy is perhaps the Togolese ambassador. Because everybody who goes to him, he is begging for solutions to our economic problems. And yet the man who has superintended this disaster, somebody has inflation of 15.4%. You say you've never heard of it before, and so the person should be voted out. Yet you want to be voted for after you give us 54% inflation. That brings us close to what is happening in Zimbabwe. 4 cedis to $1 is too much for you. And so you insist that that management team should be booted out. Yet you want us to accept a situation where at some point, in November last year, 2017, today is around 12 cedis to $1. 3 times what they came to eat. So what possible justification will Bawumia be offering to the people of this country to elect him? What is he going to run? What is he going to run? You tell me, I'm trying to fathom. At the very least, my brother here is saying that Alan has built factories. Even if we were to accept that, for purpose of argumentation, at least he has suffered from. What exactly is Bawumia? What platform is Bawumia running on? He should tell me. What is he going to tell us? That what today, if you go to the passport office, you can sit in your house and just, what do you call it? Order passport forms. So because I should vote for him. Look, I can sit in my house and order wachi. It's been going on. There's a beans joint somewhere around Alaju. You can sit in your house and order beans. Their own platform. They've done it themselves. They will bring you to your house, to your address. It is a joke that after all the problems we have, the Vice President wants us to shift into some discussion about digitalization. And the only reason why he will do that, for somebody who was so talkative in 2016 about the economy, is that he has failed. Even the attempt to run away from the economy and talk about something else is an admission of failure. And as far as I know, failures are not promoted. So now when you fail in class, you repeat. You are not promoted. So, in summary, there's not